Hello, welcome to part 3 on tips to start a Roblox airline. Before I start the video, I would like to say thank you for the support in part 1 and 2. I gained many views and subscribers because of this. In this video, I will show you a tutorial on how to create a mesh livery, another list of tech group suggestions, further tips on how to make your airline appealing, and basically to ensure your Roblox airline doesn't end up like this. Not many tech groups do livery services, and the ones that do are usually closed. And if you are on a budget, you can save as much Robux by making your own livery. In order to make a livery, you will need a photo editing software. The one I would recommend is paint.net. It is free and easy to use. Note that the following tutorial only applies to mesh planes. Tech groups will clearly state if the plane product is mesh or CSG. Mesh planes have recently become a lot more popular, so it is quite easy to find them. In this footage, I will demonstrate with a Techia 320. First, copy and paste the UV map. Make sure this is in a separate layer to the blank white background, as the UV map will be deleted when the livery is done. Most UV maps like this one are split, so you will need to do each section on a different canvas. Then, you can design your livery on a separate layer. The livery I am currently making is for someone who requested me to make one for his airline. I would suggest doing each design on a separate layer. You are not able to see this in the footage, but on Paint.net you will find 3 important tabs. On the bottom left, you will find a color wheel. On the bottom right, there is a tab where you can control the layers. On the left is the toolbox, where you can add lines, text etc. To create a simple curve for your livery, just select the line tool, which looks like this. Drag to create a line. If you want to bend the lines, you will need to drag the circles on the line. Don't be afraid to draw the lines over the fuselage. You should do this to ensure the top and the bottom of the fuselage is colored in. After you completed one side of the plane, duplicate the design and flip it horizontally and move it to the other side of the plane. Normally, the UV maps would be facing different directions. However, on this UV map both sides are facing the same direction. What you would need to do is duplicate the design but flip only the text horizontally. If you do not flip the text horizontally, the text will be inverted when you apply the livery onto the plane. Once you have completed the livery, delete the UV map layer, and save the image as a PNG file. Make sure it is PNG so Roblox allows you to upload the image. Also, I would recommend saving it as a PDN file as well so you can edit changes afterwards if needed. Once you have saved it, upload the image to Roblox. After that, go on to Roblox Studio, and now I will show you how to insert the livery onto the plane. Right-click the workspace icon in Explorer and insert your plane. Open the Your Creations icon and select Images, and your livery should be there. Right-click it and click Copy Asset ID. Once you have done that, you will need to find the mesh part, which is a fuselage. In some aircraft the mesh parts are labeled as UV map, so if you have that, consider yourself lucky. Once you have found the mesh part, paste the Asset ID in the Texture ID section, found in Properties. Then your livery should show up. After that, you may need to paste the Asset ID onto other parts of the plane, such as the doors and cargo doors. I hope you liked that tutorial on how to create a mesh livery. If you have any question, please drop a comment in the comment section. If you're starting an airline, there is a high chance you have probably been frightened by the price of the Air 320. If you are starting an airline from scratch, or just generally looking for good tech groups, then be sure to check out the following. All of these photos are taken by that tech group. The invite link to these Discord servers are in the description. Araya Studios has a pretty cool departure board. It's so realistic. Astrotech is a great choice for airports at a reasonable price. Eureka-Tech is a good tech group for planes. Avionico. Zephyrtech has a huge range of seats for a low price, and here is just a few of them. Other products such as planes and airports are worth checking out as well. This is a CSG A380 from Mints Hub, for only 300 Robux. This passport scanner looks amazing as well. This is Volant Tech. And finally, Boeing Roblox. These 737s look really nice. It is really important to keep your airline engaging, otherwise passengers will just leave the game if it's too boring. Recently, Row Aviation has become way too obsessed with realism and being professional. At the end of the day, it's just Roblox. If realism is your only priority in creating an airline, it just makes it boring. And once again passengers will just leave the game. Realism and professionalism is nice, but it shouldn't be so much to the point you can't have fun in a Roblox flight. To increase the amount of entertainment in your airline, you can do random trivia questions. Do a game of hide and seek in your airport while waiting for boarding where passengers have to find the host. During cruise, let the passengers stand up to explore the plane. Aim to make a nice destination. It will make passengers want to stay to the end of the flight. To make your airline more appealing, you should also be unique and add a feature that is not used in many Roblox flights, such as implementing activities before going to the airport instead of just spawning there, or perhaps build an airport that isn't normally seen in many Roblox airlines. You don't always need to follow the same format like every airline. Be original and exclusive. Now I will give you some tips when creating your airline's Discord server. For your channels, I would not recommend you to add images. It just doesn't look great and is pretty funky. Make your Discord server organized. Add an information channel, an announcement category, a flight category, and public category. Also add a category which only staff can view, which you can add staff exclusive information there. Here is how my airline's Discord server looks, just for some inspiration. When making announcements, follow a specific format, like this. Some bots I would recommend you to add Army 6. Tickets. Blocks link. Reaction roles. Adding multiple stickers for your Discord server is also a great idea. You can use it for formats or just for fun. Make sure your channels are used for the right purposes. On this Discord server I happen to be and the staff were literally arguing in the announcements channel. And that concludes part 3 on tips to start a Roblox airline. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments section below. I would like to thank you so much for watching. Take care.